Good evening, good evening. Yes, thank you for joining me. I'll be waiting for you to join, but while that is going on, because I have only a short time to spend on this video, 15 minutes as usual, so I'll go on with the video. Hope that you join me, and as you join me, please go ahead and say something so that I'll know you're there. Tell me how the video is, how it is meeting you, and if what I've said, is beneficial. Thank you very much. And so today I'm talking about backbiting and mudslinging. When you are the slinger, when you are the one that is slinging mud, when you are the one that is backbiting. Yesterday I talked about backbiting, and I talked about the fact that this is a big distraction to you. That when people are talking about you, they are saying evil about you, and you concentrate on that, and you carry that as a heavy weight around, that it's a distraction to you. That the new that God wants to do, you must not allow this distraction to get your eyes off, the focus, because you must have a laser focus. So after saying that yesterday, I felt inside of me also that I missed out a part. You see, among God's people, it's not only those that are talked about, that exist among God's people, but also, what about those who talk? What about those who talk? And somehow you and I are often part of that, even though maybe in a little way, some in a very big way, some in a little way, but we are part of this mudslinging sometimes. We are part of this backbiting sometimes, and that is what we're talking about tonight. First, I want to mention 5 reasons why people may be backbiting you, or why you may be backbiting others. 5 reasons why you may be slandering people, why you may be pulling people down, even if you don't think you are pulling them down. 5. First, you see others as having something you do not have. When you see others having something you do not have, but you are not looking at that which you have that others don't have. This happens a lot of times. Before you know it, you are just looking. At first, you are looking at the person and say, a day, mine too will come. After a while, instead of just looking and saying and praying that yours will come, you begin to look and say, now he's even proud. Is it not? Before you know it, you begin to add jara, and just looking at this person makes you to, talk evil about him, talk evil about her, because inside of you, you actually are seeing something the person has that you don't have. The person is seeing what you have and he doesn't have. And that's why he's talking about you. And that's why you are talking about another person. This we must put a stop to. Talking about another person does not give you the things that you want in your own life. That is for sure. And so, what's the use? What's the use? Secondly, about 2 reasons why people talk about others. You have, in fact, you may have everything that someone will expect someone to have. You have, but you also have a vacuum inside of you. You have a vacuum inside of you. And that vacuum makes you to begin to look for what to do, begin to look for what to say, begin to look. And before you know what is happening, you are using somebody else as, the subject of your ridicule. You're welcome, Engineer Ibrahim. You're welcome, Madam Stella Pentola. Thanks for joining. That vacuum that is inside of you, many people who backbite, they have a vacuum inside of them. A sincere one, and they don't know how to feel it. So when they meet people and they are talking, they want to cover up for that thing that is missing inside of them. They don't know. They just talk and talk. It's as if that time they are talking, at least they are feeling, they are relieved. They are relieved. So they are talking. No, that vacuum can never be filled by talking about others. Now, the reason I'm sharing this tonight is so that even though someone is talking so badly about you, so that you may have an understanding of why some of these things come up, and so that you may be more understanding, and rather than even feeling like killing the person or feeling like doing evil back to the person, you may actually pity the person. And when you may also see in yourself also that you fall into some of these categories. Little by little, you also participate. You do some of these things. So I said number 2, when you have, but still, there's a hole in your heart. Only God can fill that hole. It is not by gisting about other people. Number 3, you carry a sensitive wound. You see that person that is talking about you carries a sensitive wound. Someone has done something to her or him in time past. And so she or he, they easily get irritated. They easily get, and because if he gets irritated and he wants to tell you in front of you, you will have answers, you'll be talking. So they want to be able to be talking when nobody is countering what they are saying. And so as soon as you turn your back, they begin to talk. Same way with you. As soon as that person, you see some things that you feel that this person is not doing well. It's not doing well. This thing is wrong. It may even be in church. You are in church and you see this sister, what she's doing. No. She has some habits. No. The way she talks to people. No. The way she did. There's so many. If you start saying it to her, she will answer you back. So instead, you wait for her to go. As soon as she's gone, you start talking about it. That wound that you have make you too sensitive to other people's this thing. If you allow that wound, that hurt that they hurt you, if you allow it to heal, many of these things that you see in people and you criticize, you will stop criticizing. Someone has raped you before. Someone has betrayed you before. And so when you see a man, and the man he's doing, the next thing that is coming to your mind, foolish people, idiots, this is what they do, this is getting continued, and there's nothing to them. What is he doing? You are using the yardstick of the other person that you know to measure this person. And so, it is because of this wound you carry around. You must allow God to heal it. Let God heal that wound. So that when you are seeing people, you are not seeing their faults all the time. And then when someone touches you or hurts you, it is not that wound. That wound, you are not so sensitive to anything that someone does to you that the next thing you feel like going and talking about how bad the person is, how ill-mannered, how this, how that. Number 4, this one is very important. Most people don't want to notice it in themselves. You have inferiority complex. In fact, some will say superiority complex. Whether it's superiority or inferiority, it's a complex. You have a complex. And because of this complex, for instance, maybe you think you are not intelligent enough. Meanwhile, God has given you intelligence. Even if it is native intelligence, you have. Because you do not think you are intelligent enough, when you are with people, when you gather with people, rather than, and they are talking, it's like they are talking above your head. It's like you are not able to contribute if they begin to talk about current affairs. You are not able to contribute if they are talking about geography, they are talking about sports. All these things seem they are talking above your head. And you want to be the center of the talk. And so sometimes, as soon as they come, so that you can still dominate the conversation, you know that if you begin to tell them the gist that you know about this person, that person, they will listen. Then you start. Complex. See, God can help to deal with this complex if you will let him. It's not only you. This complex, with the most beautiful people, most intelligent, they have it all. If you will feel that complex, whether inferiority or superiority, they are all inferiority. Once you have a complex, it's a complex and it is inferiority complex. You have it. It's not about what you have here or what you don't have. It's not about being beautiful or not being beautiful. If inferiority complex wants to hit you, it's the devil. He will hold you in such a way that you will feel so inferior. So that you will not know when you are talking with others and you are trying to take attention away from what you look like or what you think you look like or what you think you don't have up here, and you begin to use the conversation about somebody else to feel it. Be confident in who you are and stop using others to fill up. If God created you, no matter what your marks are, no matter what your lacks, so to say, are, he has given enough into you. You don't need to feel inferior, and you don't need to use somebody else to fill up that space. And the fifth one and the last one is the fact that the reason you are backbiting is that you are just mean. You are mean. There's no excuse we can give you other than the fact that you are mean. Now, that can be hereditary. I know a family when I was much younger, I know a family that, they were all girls. And they talked about people a lot. This one will bring the talk of our own friend. That one will bring the talk of our own friend. All of them will be talking about and running them down. They are close friends. When they come together, all they did was to run their friends down. Now, when you meet this person as an adult, such a person is just mean. When it comes to talking about people, that person is just mean. I can only say it's hereditary. I don't know if their mother and father were involved, but I know that the sisters were all involved. And till today, I guess, they are still mean. Because I saw one of them and I heard her. I still saw it in her. Mean. So you are just mean. Ask yourself, why am I mean to people? Why do I use another yardstick for those that I don't care about and those I care about? These things that you are saying about this person, why are you just mean to her? See, God's people, you are one of them. Even though you are backbiting people right now, and you are mudslinging, and you are doing all those bad things against people at their back, God is waiting for you. The new thing he wants to do, he's telling you, do you value these things that you are doing more than following him? If you will drop it now, the new thing he wants to do, you qualify. Don't allow this distraction of talking about other people. Yesterday I was talking about distraction of being talked about. Don't allow the distraction of talking about other people to stop you from your new. That which God wants to do, he is ready to do with you. Are you ready to do away with talking about other people, bringing others down? Most of the time, the people you are bringing down, after you brought them down, you are not even going to occupy their space. Now, we know that there are those in the civil service who, when they bring people down, they can come into their place. In politics, this happens a lot. They come and talk evil about you in front of your principal so that your principal can remove you and put them there. Or remove you and put someone else they have in mind there. They plan all these things and all that. But in your own case, it's not even because you can occupy the person's position. You are doing it because you are using it to fill up vacuum that God is ready to fill for you. You are using it to fill up the inferiority complex that is not supposed to be there in the first place. That it's not God that put there, but you yourself, that you are allowing things you are saying, people you are saying to define what you think you should be, and you feel you are not. And it is only God that can fill that vacuum for you. It is only God. And so tonight, what I'm saying to you is that the Lord is calling you out of this habit. You are doing it against someone. You use your prayer meetings in church as leader of prayer meeting. You use it to raise prayer meeting, prayer requests about people. Meanwhile, you are just talking about them. So many are hurting because you have made them the target of your backbiting. There is nothing that it can bring to you other than that it will make you even feel foul. You will enjoy when you are saying it. The next thing after you are gone, you feel foul. It's like if you have to vomit. When you vomit, you hold this thing, because the thing coming out is a mess. It's a mess. So you do not need in any way to involve in it. God is waiting for you with open arms. Will you drop this habit so that you and him can enter the new he has planned for you? Now, what are you to do? 2 things. I said 2 things that you are to do. 1, examine yourself. Examine yourself. What is the consequence of sharing this thing you want to share with someone else about this person? You see, you are looking at backbiters, evil people. Everybody is coming on Facebook and saying, this person is talking about you, evil, evil, evil. That which you are sharing about this person with a third person, what is the consequence? Do you consider it the consequence of that which you are sharing with another person? If you think about the consequences this is on that person, maybe you will not share with that person the secrets that you know about her. Maybe you will not share with that person that thing that the person put in your hand. Maybe you will understand that there are consequences, and oftentimes this thing you are doing will only debar this person from getting into what he's supposed to get into. And again, I'm asking, when you are examining yourself, ask yourself, am I saying this out of love? Will I want this said about me? Will I say this about my daughter or my son? No matter, even if they do it, if this thing they've done, if they do it, will I say it? Will I say this thing about my son, my husband, or anyone that I love? If you will not do it, and you will not do it if it was you, you will not want it said like this if it was you, then please don't do it. God can fill that vacuum with love. And number two, we're talking about what to do, the second thing to do is be ready to make amends. And this is very important. You see, when they talk of restitution, it's not in all things that you need restitution. If God is not asking of restitution, don't do it. You know, but in this particular case, I believe that one of the ways that you will help the people is to go back and tell them you are sorry. Sometimes they don't know where the hurt is coming from, and the hurt is painful. They don't know why this hate is coming from so person to them, but it's because of what you said to that person. Now, go back and say you are sorry to the person, or go back and tell the person you told, the person you gossiped with, the person you went to slander her or him before. Go back and tell the person that this thing I said about this person, I'm sorry, but in actual fact, it's not accurate. In actual fact, I shouldn't have said it, because to be frank, it's like I exaggerated. Go back and make amends. When necessary, try and make amends. Not for your own sake, for the sake of the person that you have slandered. And the Lord Almighty will put his peace in your heart. The Lord will minister to you. The Lord will cause his face to shine upon you. The Lord is waiting with open arms to receive you. The Lord is waiting to do that new thing that he wants to do with you. And you do not need to run somebody else down for you to stay up. It's a distraction. That you are running other people down is a bigger distraction for you than him who is being run down. Stop running people down. It will not lift you. God alone can lift you. And that God is saying to you tonight, come, let's go into the new that I have for you, while you drop the old habit of running people down. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let's meet again tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I'll be here. Thank you. God bless. Bye.